And we are live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the live show, the Big Nasty and Chonko and Big Nasty's live show. How you doing, buddy? Doing all right?
Really good. Did you
How's
get your sneeze
going?
out right before the show?
Yeah.
You got a sneeze
right before we came on, man. I freaking sneeze, and of course, it just flutters your freaking head, and then it's like, oh, okay, now I'm doing this at the beginning of the stream. It's always great, but
Right.
yeah, man, doing all right, not too bad. Enjoying the weekend as always, but
yeah,
we I think we got a really cool guest tonight. You want to tell everybody about him? Give them a little tidbit about him.
Yeah, Adam. Adam, if you're not familiar with Adam, Comics Boards Inc. on Instagram. Yeah, Adam is he is the U.S. representation for both our buddy Andrew Tarasoff of Pin Apocalypse, who I think people know, and our I think new friend now, Sveta Shabina. I talked to Sveta a little bit today on Instagram. What a nice person, and yeah, really, she was very, very complimentary of the show and stuff. So very, very cool. Just letting everybody know, Adam is not feeling well tonight. It's going to be a bit of a shorter show as far as the interview portion. We're going to go kind of quickly. But we're still gonna talk about some stuff, promote some stuff. We are going to do the drop of the book, but we'll do that in a little while. But maybe we could bring Adam out.
Yeah. Here we go, and here's Adam. Hey, Adam.
Oh,
thanks for doing this, man. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being a trooper. Yeah, we know you're not feeling well, and as we told everyone, and we could take a break at any time. So
I appreciate it. I'll just clear the curiosity, just let everybody know I got some food poisoning. I've had a rough night, so I haven't slept, and we're gonna get through this though. We're gonna make it happen.
You're a pro. We appreciate it, and thanks for doing this, and thanks for arranging the drop from our buddy Garrett Gunn and the great Sveta Shabina. That's really cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's a great cover. Like it was Garrett's idea actually to do that cover, and I didn't think it was a great idea, and Sveta and Garrett proved me wrong for sure.
Wow. Okay. We're gonna just introduce our friends real quick. We're just gonna say hi to our buddies in the chat. We'll do it very quickly, and then we'll roll right into asking some questions.
Yep. Let's see. First up, K Munin. As always. Lewis.
Hey, Louis.
Mr. Mark.
Good to see you, Mark.
My rival's buddy, Alex, Longest Cosplay. Hey, buddy. Glad you're here.
Stop paying attention to the chat.
Yeah. Let's see. Matt.
Yo, Matt. Good to see you.
Great and powerful Robbie Josephs.
One of the nicest human beings, Robbie Joseph.
The big Rob S.
Hey, Rob. Good to see you, man.
Thank you, buddy. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm trying to see. I heard him talking some other people. StreamYard has been messing up here lately, where everybody's comments don't pop up like they're supposed to, and then you see someone else talking, and it's like you don't see that person talking, but everybody else does. But there's Brittany. Oh no, not Brittany. There's Brittany. There's Brittany.
Good to see you.
Jeff Jack.
Hey, Jeff. Good to see you.
Four Corners. Hey, buddy. Thanks for shouting us out today, man. Love it.
JSS is in the chat too.
Yep. Oh, right there. Yeah, there we go. Skip right over.
And that'll be it. As people filter in, but
as they come in.
Yeah, and new friends. Anybody coming over, that watches Beyond Wednesday, say hi. We'd love to know you. So again, Adam, thank you for doing this, and thanks for trooping through. It's we've all been in this position, so really a difficult time, but we're glad. And Lau, good to see you. So I think we were going to do kind of an amended interview, just so maybe kind of get into it. But how did you first get involved with our good buddy Andrew Tarasov and the great Sveta Shabina, and How do you start working with them?
I met Andrew at Stan Lee's Comic Con back when it was still called Stan Lee's in LA.
Oh,
Andrew was
wow.
living in LA at the time, and I was representing a different artist at that point, and he saw what I was doing and liked what I was doing. I went over. He came over, and introduced himself to me, I believe, and then I went to go look at his art, and I was like, holy cow,
He's
this is
great.
great. Yeah, and he was just, basically just blatantly looking for representation, looking to have somebody do what I was doing for him, but for the person I was working with at the time.
Mm.
And man, we just hit it off right away. He's him and his partner at the time, just so hospitable and just very nice people. And we began working immediately. Like I started doing prints for him. We're doing just prints for the longest time. That's what I would do, is I would set up at conventions and sell prints for other artists that can't make the show, can't do as much traveling or that are international.
Sure.
And so we did that for a few years, and then fast forward to 20, I want to say 2018, maybe.
Oh, a while then.
Um, yeah, I think it was 2018. I could be wrong. Maybe 2019. 2019, I'll say. Andrew was already friends with Sveta. They were already friends in the internet world, and he approached me and said that she was looking for representation. And I went and looked at her Instagram, and of course was blown away by it. I was like, "Holy cow!" Unfortunately, at the time, I was taking care of my father,
Mhm.
who was on his last year, and
Oh, sorry.
I
Sorry.
just I just couldn't do it. I was just very busy, and I had to turn it down. And man, that killed me. That literally killed me because I could see, how good she was and everything. Um, and then fast forward to the war beginning in Ukraine.
Right.
She unfortunately lost her Etsy, lost
Yes.
everything that uh, was involved with her online business, and really needed help. And Andrew hit me up again and explained that to me. I was still taking care of my dad at the time, but I said yes immediately. It was like, this is someone who definitely needs help, and man, like I said, her art was amazing, and
Oh, yeah.
she already came prepackaged with a huge following, and a huge fan base, and it didn't seem that hard, to take on, and so I did, and man, it's been amazing. It's
She's so
been so
good.
amazing. She and Andrew, just both, like the three of us, we have so much fun working together, and we're working on projects now, and it's just the two of them have definitely allowed me to use my experience in the comic book world. I've been in the comic book world in some fashion in professional fashion since 2012, I think, or maybe even
Wow.
before that. I can't remember. But yeah, it's just been, actually no, yeah, 2001 actually is when I first started working at a comic book store.
Right. Right.
Um, so it's been so much fun. I love the both of them. They're so talented, and they're just good people. Like they're just fun to talk to. It's like we get along very well.
Yeah, we love Andrew. By the way, Andrew and his wife expecting a baby. Congratulations to him. And
Right?
very, very cool. So I wrote to him and
Good.
he was
Good.
saying, yeah, life's gonna change, but it's a good thing. It's a very good thing.
Yeah, yeah. We've been talking about it for a while now. I had to kind of keep it under wraps until he was ready to announce. And yeah, there's definitely a plan, and he is working his butt off right now.
Good.
He has so much that he's trying to get done, and allow me to interject with a couple covers and stuff like that. But we have a plan. We have a plan for once he's done with his big project he's working on. He's working on his third Swinger Island book, and he does
Oh,
everything. As you guys know, he does everything. He does the art, he does the writing, he does the inking, he does everything.
Mhm.
And so
super
he's got
talented.
that big
Super talented.
undertaking, and then Sveta and I have our Kickstarter that we're doing right now, and that's my big undertaking, and that's taking up all my time. So,
Yeah.
as soon as both those things are done, he and I are definitely going to hit the ground running and bring out a lot of cool new things for you guys.
Yeah, We love everything they do. Can we show the first cover that Andrew worked on with you? And
Yeah.
we have some people who are going to really like this. I don't think they knew about this, but his first cover was a zombie tramp.
It was. So, well, there's a little bit of a debate. That's the first one he did with me, and at the same time, he did another one for a Kickstarter. Um, and he and I can't remember which one we did first. So we think we did Zombie Tramp first, and
Okay.
we know the art was done for Zombie Tramp first, anyways. Uh, so yeah, we did Zombie Tramp. Excuse me.
Mhm.
As I mentioned to you in private too, like there's a little bit of a sour story to it. Um, uh, I was working with the guys that were running Action Lab at the time, and they hired they wanted art from Andrew and two of my other artists I was working with, and we provided the art. And unfortunately, they said because my artists were foreign, Andrew was in Russia at the time, my other two artists were in the Philippines, that they couldn't pay them directly. They had no way to do that. And I said, okay, that's fine. You can pay me and I'll pay them. And they didn't want to do that. And so the whole project seemingly got scrapped, even though the art was done. And there
Mhm.
was no word or anything from them at the time. And then I just happened to be on eBay one day, like years later, like multiple years later,
Mm.
and I saw that. I saw that on eBay, and I'm like, "Oh my god, that's Andrew's cover."
Mm.
And then so then I did a deep dive, and I found my other artist covers as well. They printed the
Wow.
covers. They didn't pay us. They didn't do anything. So
Yeah.
it's his official first cover, and it's a ghost. It's hard to find. They don't even credit him for it. His name is nowhere on the book.
Dang.
It's not his signature's on the cover, which is great, and you can identify it that way other than his art style too. But
Mm.
it's a hard book to find, incredibly hard book to find. But it's we all love Zombie Tramp. I love Zombie Tramp. I've followed a lot of the Dan Mendoza stuff, and like we were talking earlier, we think that maybe that was during the time that he had already lost Zombie Tramp. So
Yeah.
um, definitely no blame going around or anything, and it's been years, but yeah, that was unfortunate.
I know he had to fight to get Zombie Tramp back, Dan Mendoza.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
there's one without the trade dress. And
Yeah, like I mentioned, I've never met Dan other than at a convention, and I didn't deal with Dan at all on this, so it's
yeah,
nothing that I don't think he controlled any of it. So
yeah. And then Sveta, you had the first cover that you worked with her. Rich, would you show that black and red one? That
the
Sveta.
Nightwalkers,
Yeah, yeah.
Nightwalkers.
Yeah.
yeah, Nightwalkers. So Nightwalkers came about through Garrett. Actually, Garrett
Hmm.
was working with Source Point Press at the time,
Yeah.
and he had just put a call out. He had nothing to do with this book. This was a Call and Bun book, but because Garrett was part of Source Point Press, he put out a call out saying, is anybody looking to do a retailer exclusive? And so I had been trying to get Sveta into comics, and to do covers, and I thought this was a good opportunity to try with something independent, something small. And so yeah, that's actually a Comic Boards Inc. exclusive cover, and it was her first cover. Um, has since blown up, in the
Yeah.
aftermarket, so that's always fun.
And I forget, is this one available at Comics Boards Inc? Or it's
I th
other
I
than
have some up every now and then. I don't
okay.
know if I have. Oh no, not on Comic Board Saying no. We put it on her site. It would be on
Oh, okay, on
SvetaShabina.com
Sveta's site.
when I have them.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
Um,
been doing like the remark versions, which we're hopefully gonna have we're almost if you guys aren't aware, Sveta only does 13 remarks for any cover.
oh,
So
wow.
there'll only ever be 13 that she does for remarks on Nightwalkers. And I believe we're
Wow.
almost to 13, if not already at 13 with this next
Oh,
batch that's
wow.
Oh
coming in.
wow.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. And it would be so cool. Yeah, yeah, very lucky. I saw today she was doing some remarks on the Cleaver County,
Yeah,
uh,
she posted
and
those,
that's
yeah.
cool. That's
Yep,
really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
we're doing our best to get her art out here, to get her signature out here. It's not easy. I've mentioned it before on other shows that it takes so long for packages I send her to get to her. I'm assuming because of customs and everything going on with the war right now.
Yeah,
But they could take up to 2, sometimes 3 months just to get there. And then when she sends them back, it's usually about a month So she sent the last batch back, I think last week. So we're really hoping they show up in time for MegaCon. And if they don't, then we'll obviously take them to another show. We'll do something with them online, but
Right.
it's not easy to get stuff here. I hate to break everybody's heart when they message me. I just had one today actually. People message me almost weekly, asking how they can get signatures, how they can get remarks on their books and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just too hard to offer that up, as a service right now.
Everybody be patient with that stuff. One of the things, and when I talked to her on Instagram today, we're all hoping and praying that
Yeah,
war ends soon, and that everybody can be safe, and that her and her family are safe, and that you know at some point there'll be a more normal interaction. But for right now, she has to obviously be very careful. So, but
yeah,
yeah, Sveta, when you watch this, we're all uh, kind thoughts and prayers for you. For now, and we hope that war ends soon. Um, One of the other things that I know there are a lot of questions I have, but
yeah,
I wanted to make sure we get to to the Kickstarter. Uh,
sure.
can you show the Dreadful 3 thing? We This looks fantastic. And now this is something that I guess Sveta really is the organizer for this. This is like her project.
So these are definitely her characters. Yeah, like her and I have been talking. Like what's the next step? Do we just keep doing covers? Do we do a comic? And um, so we've definitely kicked around ideas for comics, and the real natural one was to do an anthology, something where we can bring other talent in, and share the experience. And her Halloween trio are her most famous characters. They're the three characters that she's made that are just all over the internet. Since 2017 or 16, I think is the first one. She's done one every year, and a new rendition of them. And so, like I've said before, it's also her most stolen piece of artwork. The
Mm,
characters get stolen, and you go to Etsy and you look those characters up; they're everywhere, and if they don't come from her site, they're not ours. So, um,
good to know.
but yeah, and it just seemed like, okay, well, here's three awesome characters. Let's give them a story. Let's give them names. Let's have them be our crypt keepers. Our crypt keeper or a grave digger. And the witch. And have
Right.
them
Yeah,
be the
yeah,
people
yeah.
that introduce our stories. Like we have with Tales from the Crypt. And so it just steamrolled from there. She liked the idea. We started rambling about it, and um, and it's still evolving. I mean, we're coming up with new ideas all the time for how they're presented and what we do with them. Before the we even got started, she added Buzzo. Buzzo is the little voodoo doll guy that's sitting next to uh Rattle Rose right there. So now Buzzo actually is going to have a little bonus story as well in every
Awesome.
every issue. So um
That's cool.
Sveta loves horror, she loves metal, she loves rock and roll, and there's a lot of that influence in everything that we're doing here. And yeah, it's just been a blast. I can't even tell you. Like you know it's been fun organizing everybody, getting everybody together. It's been fun writing the stories myself. I have a couple stories that I've done myself, and that's just been a blast.
Well, imagine that had
And
to be fun, right?
yeah, it's so I don't have any professional experience, but I've been working in the comic book industry, like I said, since 2000, and actually it was 2001 when I started working in a comic shop, and 2001 is also, or actually it's 2000, I think. And then 2001 is where I met Michael Calero, who is the owner of Massive Publishing, and
Oh, yeah, yeah.
he does Quested and Detective Kaiju. He's a writer, artist, and a publisher. And Mike and I have known each other for 25 plus years. And back then is when we first started what was called the Comic Boards, which was our website that we had put together to try to help artists, writers, inkers, colorists, all those type of people come together. And so back then I was dabbling in writing, and had a couple stories that Mike illustrated for me, and we did our best to shop them at San Diego, but they didn't
Mm.
go anywhere. it was a good experience, definitely a learning experience. I mean, it's gotten us to where we are now, and I did a small I tried to do a small online strip with Jim of Food, and we got the first one done, and then I quickly realized I couldn't afford to keep paying Jim of Food. So it only went one episode, unfortunately, but um so yeah, nothing ever officially I guess out there by me, but
Yeah.
it's something I've dabbled in forever, and I have a stack of notebooks this high of stuff I've written in, and
Awesome.
been continuously writing stories. So
That's
it's
that's
been
that's
it's been
so
a
cool.
blast, and
Yeah.
yeah, and so when I presented myself with the idea, can I do an 8-page story? That's what these stories are. I was like, yeah, I think I can. 8 pages is not very intimidating. So
Right.
that helped a lot for me. I was like, okay, 8 pages. I don't need to worry about a universe. I don't need to worry about a full comic, even. So
Cut your teeth.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And just they were asking in the chat, go to svetashubina.com and there's a button there to be notified of the Kickstarter. It's not live yet, but you will be notified when
Yes.
it is live. svetashubina.com.
And you definitely want to do that because we have a crazy early bird special. You want to be there for the first day.
I'm in.
So
I'm already in.
yeah. Yeah.
And you're not the only the person to write their first story. Our friends at Beyond Wednesdays, one of the guys from Beyond Wednesdays has a story that he's written.
He does. Sean Kirkham, Clutch, Big Clutch, as you guys know him. I met Clutch through Beyond Wednesdays, of course, and those guys are fantastic, as
Oh
you
yeah.
know. And he and I started chatting. We talked at San Diego Comic Con last year. Ran into each other a couple times, and um, you know, when this project came up, I just asked him. I said, "Hey, do you want to write something? Like, would you want to do something?" And he just said yes, immediately. And we got together at LA Comic Con and hashed things out and made a plan. And man, it's so we're so Sveta and I are so grateful to have someone with his experience in the industry too,
Oh yeah.
be a part of this project. It's like it's not just who he knows; it's what he's already seen. He's already done and seen, and the time he's put in. So
Yeah, yeah.
um, it's been great, and I'm so thrilled to have him. And the same goes for Josh Blaylock. We got Josh Blaylock also on the
Mhm.
book, and Josh Blaylock is a veteran. I mean, he's Double Do, and Mercy Sparks and Hack
Yeah.
Slash, and so to have
I just
those
met
two
Josh.
guys,
At
yeah,
a convention recently.
he's been great, man. Like the two of them, both Josh and Clutch, have been just so amazing at helping us get through this, and really give us the information we need when we can't find it. So
Very cool. And just to mention a couple of the other names, Rich, would you mind putting up the graphic again? Just go through some of the cool people that are on this so people know. But our good friend Kiss Kiss is contributing
mhm.
art, which I saw a little bit.
Did you see him already?
It's great.
That's all right. That's all
Obviously,
right.
I
Yeah.
can only but it looks great.
Yeah.
Flops doing
Yep.
some work, the great Flops,
Yep.
and uh, someone who I have to admit, was new to me that you said we could show a cover that she's done was, Sweeney Boo. I
Sweeney
was
Pooh.
not
Yeah.
familiar with Sweeney Boo, but she's awesome. Say,
Yeah.
Rich, can we show that Sweeney Boo cover? This is a reveal, guys.
Mhm.
Uh, Adam let us show a reveal. Check this out.
Yeah. So that's the we have guest artists. So we have the artists that are on the stories. But we're bringing in cover artists, of course, Flops, Kiss Kiss, and Sweeney Boo. And Sveta contacted Sweeney, and I couldn't believe it when she said, "Hey, I contacted Sweeney Boo," and I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "I didn't know you knew her," and
Great.
uh, and I don't know if she did actually. She just likes her art. And so
I love it.
she contacted her. I know who she was, because I'm in the industry and I do the stuff, but uh, no, Sweeney's been fantastic, and, like, she was so easy to work with. I hope that we're gonna be doing more projects with her. And this piece right here of Boo Bell is just it's so adorable. It's so
Love
just
it. Really,
fantastic,
yeah,
and it's
love
gonna it's gonna look fantastic on the cover.
great fall, great, good girl, hot chick cover,
Yeah.
Just great stuff. All the stuff that's cool in the world. And so yeah, everybody, please make sure you go and check and yeah, check out Sweeney Boo too. Hopefully you guys are already checking out Sveto Shubina on Instagram, and our good buddy Andrew Tarasov, as well as Adam Comics Boards Inc. on Instagram. I know that they've dropped the link.
I love the characters, man. I love the characters. She these Boo Bell and Rattle Rose and Jack. That's just awesome.
Yeah. I see a question from Alex. Actually, Alex has been a fantastic support.
Oh yeah, we love Alex
for sure. Yeah. And he's asking about how Sveta, her figure, she has toys. And I should have brought one. I don't have one here. We teamed up with a company called Toy Wiz, a gentleman by the name of Scott Zillner. Scott Zillner is very prolific in the toy world. He's a staple. If you know toys, you know Scott. And Scott and I have known each other for 25 plus years too. He's from my area here, and he and I both started at A1 Comics is where we worked. And Scott has gone on to be just massive. He runs Power Morphicon, the biggest Power Ranger convention in the world,
Wow.
and stuff like that. So, but he approached us. He was trying to do like an artist edition where he did Sveta and Tim Vigil. He did a Faust figure for Tim Vigil as well.
Tim Vigil. I've been trying to get him on the show.
Oh yeah. I can probably help with that. Tim's local guy here too. So
I've talked to him. I think he just forgets that he talked to me.
Oh, okay. And so yeah, we did one figure. I apologize, I wasn't ready for that question. I don't have an image for you, but we did a figure that's very similar to the Halloween trio, called Tricky Treat. And so that was the first figure. Unfortunately, so we did debut the Halloween trio. They're next, and there's prototypes available for them that Scott had already made. We're in a holding pattern right now to answer your question, Alex. With all the fun political tariffs and all that kind of stuff that's happening in the world, they have unfortunately become very, very expensive to try to make right now. So the plan is still there to do it. I know that Scott is working on other options, and they will come out eventually for sure. But definitely not as planned. Not like we're hoping. We're hoping to have them by San Diego this year, and I just don't know that that's going to happen. I don't know that it's impossible, but that's the answer to that. And we have plans for other people too. And other toy makers and figure makers. Lynn Simon is somebody who we're working with as well. He does the Gornaments. I don't know if you ever saw Gornaments this year for the holidays, where these kind of mad ball looking horror ornaments for your Christmas tree. We'll be working with him as well. So there's definitely lots of cool things coming out.
Very cool. Yeah. Will those probably drop on either yours or Sveta's site when they are?
Oh, available? For sure. Yeah. Everything will always be on Sveta's site. My site's under construction right now. You don't want to go to it. It's horrible. My Instagram is a great way to see what's going on and see what I'm doing. But yes, everything will be on Sveta's site that's Sveta related. And everything is run here from me in California, but the stuff that'll be on my site will be like remarks from Andrew. Andrew and I will be doing some retailer exclusives soon. And that'll be all once my site is built and Andrew and I are ready to do that kind of stuff. But and then other artists I work with too. I work with other artists too. There's lots of artists that a lot of people don't know that I'm affiliated with, and you'll see that represented too on that site.
Cool. So I think the next thing we're going to talk about is the more recent involvement with our friend Garrett Gunn on Curse of Cleaver County, and Sveta has already done covers, as well as our good friend Suspiria did a cover as well. But there is a new drop. It's a MegaCon exclusive. Mm-hmm. Would you mind showing that one, Rich?
Just to let you know, I'm doing okay right now too. So
good. Okay,
you don't need to rush. I'm feeling all right. So,
okay, maybe what we'll do is we'll go back through the. We're gonna. We didn't have planned quite to go through the pages of the book, but we'll go back to that maybe if you have time. But Yeah, this is the trade dress for the Curse of Cleaver County that Sveta did for our good buddy Garrett Gunn's book. Now there are 2 colors available at MegaCon. There's this and the purple.
Correct. The gold is Sveta's exclusive, and the purple is Garrett's. So you'll be able to get the purple from Garrett through his website, and then this one we'll do a drop for you guys tonight for a little bit of them. The rest will be at MegaCon. I don't expect them to make it past MegaCon. There's only 50 sets. They're very limited.
And this is the trade dress, and then there's a virgin as well. And so you're selling them there as a set. We'll do the drop here in a few minutes, and we're gonna drop the link. Maybe I can do it here. I think, but I'm sorry. maybe I'm not equipped to do it, but yeah, there's the I'm sorry, virgin. Rich, can you drop the link? I can't do it. I can't copy into the comments, but from the private chat.
It's just fetishabina.com, and when we're ready and I activate it here, it'll show up on the homepage. You'll have to refresh a couple times.
Yeah, so maybe we'll wait. But whenever you want to make it active, we can
I can post it in the chats. I mean, whenever you're ready. So
are you guys ready?
I think ready for the craziness. Yeah.
All right. So these will be at MegaCon. They're $80 a set. We'll do 75 for you guys tonight. And like I said, there's only 50 sets, so I can't drop them all right now. So I'm gonna drop. I think I'm gonna drop 22 tonight. So let's see.
And there it is. It's in the chats.
Yeah, guys, they're there. There are 22 sets, $75 for both the trade dress and the virgin, and this is extremely limited. There are only 50 sets that were ever made. So look how badass it is.
And just to be clear too, the image on the site unfortunately is the wrong image. It's the metal version, but you're getting the paper tonight. I don't even know if we're doing a metal, honestly. I think we just accidentally uploaded the wrong image on the website, but it's this one you're looking at right now on the screen is the correct version. So but yeah, they're up. They should be up if you guys just refresh over there. Let's see,
and they're not going to last long. There's only 22 sets up, and so it'll be a bit of a feeding frenzy. I'm sure by the time this show is done, they're going to be gone. But yeah, while people are fighting online for 22 of these, Rich, do we have those the images from
the pages? Yeah, it just determines on which one you want.
Whichever one I think we could start with, and we could. So this is one of the stories. It's like the beginning of one of the stories.
Yeah.
And who did this? I can't read the name. I'm sorry.
This is Josh Blaylock. This is Josh and his team. Yeah. So this is a story called Famished. It's like if you think of The Bear, like the TV show The Bear, food and movie and food critics and stuff like that. It's like that, but in a horror story. So it's very, cool. Very fun, and he did a great job, and I still can't stress enough how fun it's been to work with Josh for sure. So
I bet his most recent Kickstarter, really good stuff.
This is Weregirl by Andrew Tarasov. Of course, we're gonna bring Andrew Tarasov. Thanks, Alex. Sold out. Andrew Tarasov is going to be a part of everything we do if he wants to be a part of everything we do. So we're so thrilled to have him part of this. And Weregirl is a story about a gentleman and his dog he takes his dog for a walk. And as you can see, the dog encounters a werewolf right there. And it answers the question, what happens when a dog gets bitten by a werewolf?
Oh, wow.
And so it's a lot of fun. With Andrew, there's definitely going to be a female character. So it's just a great idea, a lot of fun, beautifully illustrated as always, and I can't wait to see more. And that's the other thing on these stories too is we've written all of them to be one and done if that's the case. If there's something that people like and we get good response from everything, there's already more to every story. You know, we have them already all mapped out. Each one seems to have 3 issues available. Um, but we don't know how this is gonna go. We're not being naive and thinking that it's gonna be a blockbuster and that, people are gonna want, more of any of those stories. So
I
we've
think
made
You
them
never
all.
know, man. Because I mean, look
You
at
never
Dork.
know. Like
Look
I
at
said, yeah,
Dork
of
and White
course, yeah,
Sky, and
yeah.
you never know, man.
So we're
look,
just
this is different for Andrew. Like this is like I haven't
Yeah,
seen him do horror stuff, but it's great. Look at the werewolf. Look how good that is.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He's great, man. He just everything he does is just so much fun. And I'm
And
I'm
nicest
excited
guy,
for his
the
story.
absolute nicest person.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
This
this
is
is
really
my
cool
story.
too.
This is what looks back. This is done with Gabriel DeCaro, and man, I met him through Instagram. I just saw his art. I've been a fan for his art for a while.
Fantastic art, man.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fantastic. He's
I really like him. I followed him and he's actually followed me. So he likes, stuff that I post and
good.
stuff. And another person I would really be interested in talking to Gabriel. Really, always, especially when it's somebody that I'm less familiar with, it would
Yeah.
be cool to become familiar with, but really cool stuff. I really like what he's
So
doing.
a great time for that, if we can't get him on, for this launch is in issue 2. Gabriel has his own story. He's doing one that he
Oh.
wrote, and he's going to write, illustrate it, and do everything. And yeah, it's just been he's amazing, and we have plans. We're going to finish this. This is a story about Maya. She has a problem with her reflection, and the reflection
Oh.
is not agreeing with what she's doing and not doing what she's doing, and it gets a little dark pretty quickly. So we're gonna find out, if Maya survives her encounter with her reflection or not. And like I said,
Reflection
we've
looks
left
good
it.
to me.
Yeah, yeah, we've left it open so that there is more. I've already written actually the complete story of Maya, and if people want it, then we'll do it. Gabriel and I will finish the story for sure.
It's
Hell yeah,
really
man.
cool.
Cool.
Oh, this is the one you wrote?
Yeah, that's the one I wrote. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad anthologies are making a comeback. It's one of the things that I really like. I like to read kind of short stories in specifically horror stories. And I know Rich and I are the same in that. We both love horror. So this is really
yeah,
cool.
yeah. This is the one from Clutch.
Oh,
Clutch and
cool.
David Andrew are the co-writers of this one. And this is a story about Margot, who is trying to find out who killed her. And
Oh,
I believe Margot's the ghost. I'm pretty sure she is. And so she's teaming up with her friend there to kind of go out on dates and try to track down her killer. And
wow.
this one's got a lot of humor, to the character, and it's been a blast to watch them create it. And this is
Heck yeah.
um, Bradley Clayton is the artist. Bradley Clayton, I don't know if you guys saw, just released a cover for a book called Monsters in Love, and my
Hmm,
God, it was fantastic. It was a great cover.
really?
Um, so yeah, that's the main illustrator for his book here.
Very cool. Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Just again, reminder, go to svetishmedia.com. There's a button right toward the top, and you can follow along. You put your email address in, and you'll be notified when Dreadful 3, when the Kickstarter is active to get this. It looks really cool to me, and I'm excited about the names. And like I said, I talk to Kiss Kiss a lot, and really excited for what he has coming on it too. It's gonna
So
be cool.
So Kiss Kiss, he requested that his books be a little harder to get, and so we're gonna kinda grant that for him. They will most likely be convention exclusives only, so they will
Oh,
Oh
drop.
wow.
He actually did 3. He's already done 3 covers for us, and,
luckily I
and
know
we're
a guy.
yeah, we're working on a plan right now to make it happen. He's been, he's got a lot of energy. He's got a lot of
Yes,
just
he
like,
does.
yeah,
He
and
he's a
he's
maniac.
very
He's like one
creative.
of my favorites, man. He for
Yeah.
the interview with us, I don't know if you saw the interview,
I
but
haven't seen
he
that.
was
No, I
in
have
the
to watch that.
hospital. He called in in the hospital. He was there having tests done. He still did the interview in the hospital on the phone or on his phone, just like talking. It was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, he's been fun, and I think we'll be working with him again too for sure. And like I said, we asked him to do one, and he's like, "Can I do 3?" And I was like, yes, like
He's the best.
sure,
He's a great guy.
yeah,
So again, anytime you got to tap out, understand, but do you think you have time to maybe take some questions
sure,
or
yeah. I'm
uh
doing okay right now.
say, Rich, do you want to maybe share the link and invite some people on if they have a question for our new buddy Adam? And thanks for doing this again. You're
Yeah,
trooping
thanks for having
through,
me.
and for those coming late, uh, Adam has some food poisoning, so we might be cutting the interview a little bit short tonight. But if you have a question for Adam and you'd like to jump on and talk, if you're unfamiliar with the format, we usually have an interview, invite our buddies on to come and ask a question of the guest, and then we kind of do a hangout and show some comics. So, yeah, I think um, sorry, I had some other questions here while we're
Yeah,
waiting. But so the sorry, I when I was kind of brushing through things a bit quickly. So, but how did you get involved with our buddies at Beyond Wednesdays? How was it your relationship with Clutch?
no, it was Sveta as far as like
Oh,
her book started doing, making the top 10, making number one, and doing all that kind of stuff, and just blowing up. And I want to say, ooh, that's a good question. I'm a guess that McClay reached out to me,
mm,
or reached out to Sveta, and then she relayed him to me. Anytime somebody's reaches out to Sveta, she sends them my way, and we definitely connected somehow. I want to say that way, but yeah, it was just because she was doing so well that I know that Brian was trying to get a hold of her, or trying to get a hold of me, um, and then yeah, those guys have been fantastic. Like we do not take for granted at all the help that they've given us, and the push that they've given us. They definitely have a platform, and it was just so nice to see that they enjoyed her art, and were speaking highly of it before they even knew us, and that's fantastic. We couldn't ask for more, and it's just that's why
yeah.
we built such a great relationship with them for sure.
Same here. They've pushed us and Brian likes we've had Brian and Yuzi on and
Mhm.
he likes the show and he's mentioned our show many times. We yeah, love those guys, love that. That's like if you're not following Beyond Wednesdays, guys, like what are you doing with your time? I mean,
Yeah,
it's the best produced comic book show on all of YouTube and consistently dropping news, consistently dropping new artists that you need to know about. You everybody should be watching and following Beyond Wednesdays and Brian McClay on Instagram. Really, really good guy.
yeah, yeah. It's a lot of fun, and we will be on there next Wednesday. This
Good.
coming Wednesday, that'll be the launch of the Kickstarter. So, if
Oh,
you guys want to be a part of the Kickstarter launch, I highly suggest being there. We're gonna do as much fun things as we can, and hopefully have some surprises for everybody. So,
yeah. And
Now, on
you're
your story that you wrote, Adam,
mhm.
did you already have like over the years, you have some ideas? Did you already have stuff written down, or was you just kind of like pulled from stuff, some ideas that you just kind of toyed
for
around your mind over the years,
uh,
or
yeah, yeah. So for this one, for the two, I have another one in issue 3, I think, that's completely different. But for this one, when we're coming up with the concept of the book, the first thing I kept thinking of is like Twilight Zone, as far as like not just Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt was the first thing, but I liked how Twilight Zone tells stories that are just short, don't necessarily have all the answers. It's just kind of like here's what's happening, and I just kind of took from that, and I just started writing ideas down on like one of my pads of papers. And I also a big fan of a book called Save the Cat. It's a writing book to help with screenwriting, and
hmm.
and he has one called Save the Cat Does Horror, and so I
Oh,
bought that one. And I kind of there's literally a checklist in there that you go through, and you kind of go through and it says, okay, step one, write down some protagonists. Step two, write down some antagonists. And then just you
Kind of
I
breaks
kinda
it
just did
down. That's
that.
cool.
Kinda breaks it down for you, and it was like a Mad Libs almost, you kinda fill in the blank with
Yeah,
ideas, and then
yeah.
I just kinda connected the dots. I'm like, "Hey, you know what? I think I have something here." And I had a couple other ones too that I, didn't like, and I still have them and still working on them, of course, but, yeah, it's really just it was going into my head and thinking of the short stories and Tales from the Crypt, Twilight Zone, and how those are formatted, and then kind of taking that and using these books. These books are great tools. There's even the Save the Cat workbook, worksheet book. I have no affiliation with Save the Cat. I just telling you the tools I use. And
Check that out.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so simple, and I have it on audio too. I listen to the audiobooks. I started listening to the first one back in 2014 or 13. An ex of mine actually turned me on to it. She's a writer, and she suggested it, and from then on, I would always listen to the audiobook because I have a long drive normally. I live way up in the middle of nowhere, and
Mm.
it's usually an hour or more to get to anywhere you need to go. So I just pop that on and kind of memorize it, and yeah, that's kind of how it came to be, honestly. And the second
That's cool.
one was catered to the artist. Manuela Ciano, she's very big into like shibari, like the rope, tying and stuff like that. And so I use that something that's her strength, and and I wrote a story based off just what I knew that her strengths were. So that one's called Chain Letter, and that'll be out in issue 2 or issue 3. I'm not sure yet.
Very cool. Now,
Cool.
you were I know you were asking for people some time ago, like writers, people who wanted to contribute to the first one. Is this something where you're still uh, need people for part two or part three, or are you still doing that?
So the plan right now, so the first 3 issues, I believe are set. We have the
Okay.
team for all 3 issues. As long as these go well, as long as they are well received, we of course will make more. Our plan right now is to do these 3 issues. We would like to do a Halloween special. We'd like to do a
Mhm.
Christmas special, and we'd like to do a Valentine's Day special for next year. We know we want to do those. But we would absolutely do another season, is what we're calling them,
Mm.
as well, a whole 'nother season as long as these are, well received. We wanna keep doing them for sure.
It
Oh yeah.
sounds cool.
Yeah.
There's a
Here's a
question in
question
the
here.
from
Sure.
Comics Kid. Other than
Yeah.
Garrett's book, did Andrew or Sveta have any other MegaCon exclusives?
So for Sveta, the plan is hopefully I'll have, uh they're not cover exclusives, but they're even more exclusive. I'll have the remarked and the autographed books, and original art, which is even harder to get. So we're hoping to have that in time. So that'll be the main thing that I have besides this book. Andrew, we don't have a MegaCon exclusive now, not for MegaCon. I'm sure we'll have something. What do we have after MegaCon? Oh, Monster Palooza. Monster Palooza is a big horror show here in California. It's down in LA, down in Pasadena, and I'm hoping to have exclusives for both of them at that. And that's to take care of our horror crowd. That's what we did before the books here is the biggest shows we always do would be horror conventions, Monster Palooza, Son of Monster Palooza, Midsummer Scream. That's where we would sell the most art at, and we have a pretty big fan base already at all those shows.
Nice.
This will be my 10-year anniversary at Monster Palooza, I believe.
Wow.
Um, and so those will be the next exclusives, I believe, for both of them. And then we'll of course have San Diego, New York, um, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Those are the big shows I'll be at. We try to make sure that either I'm there or like last year, Patrick from Happy Comics was able to represent me at New York and Baltimore because I couldn't make it
Cool.
out. So we'll make sure that somebody there that is affiliated with us, is going to be there. If there's an exclusive. So we also don't want to, oversaturate. Like that's a big deal to us. We don't want to have a book at every show. We don't want to have a book every month. You know,
Right.
I know,
Yeah.
I know how hard it is to buy exclusives and to buy books every month. You know,
Yep.
my comic saver cost me like $250 a month. You know, it's
Wow.
like it's ridiculous. It's car payment. So
Oh,
we're conscious of that. You know, we want to make sure that we don't oversaturate anything, and that we don't, we will pepper in the retailer exclusives. And there's some, obviously, for both of these guys, they're doing better now as far as with comic covers. And there's some really cool stuff coming out that they're already working on, that'll be both published, direct through the publisher, and retailer exclusives, of course.
Did I see we had a couple questions in the chat, but before that,
Alex
I
here.
did I see Andrew might have another Betty and Veronica coming? Archie?
Yeah, he's doing. I mean, I'm not sure if they've all been, or what's been revealed, because I just turned in a cover this morning to Bird City Comics for a new Betty and Veronica.
Those are
But
great. The ones he's done.
yeah, that hasn't been revealed yet, because I literally just turned that in, and she's
Okay.
getting it approved on Monday. So
Wow.
um, I'm not sure what's out yet. Obviously, I know a lot of covers, but I'm not 100% sure if whatever you saw is out yet. Maybe it is, and I
Oh,
just can't recall.
it was on Instagram, so I don't know
Okay.
there was that secret. I sorry, I wasn't
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
break anything.
Oh, no, no,
Here,
if it's already out,
Alex
then
has
it's
a question. If you
Uh,
Svetta's first Garrett book, Bad Girl.
or something else, yeah.
No, oh boy, that's a good question. Was it Bad Girl or was it Curse of Cleaver County? You're right, it is Bad Girl. Bad Girl was the first book with Garrett. Um, she did two covers. One was the Ash Can. They might have both been the Ash Can. One was the Ash Can, one was either the Ash Can and number one, or both the Ash Can. I can't remember. Um, and then she did two Curse of Cleaver Counties originally from the first run of that before it got canceled. It actually got canceled, and they're bringing it back, which is fantastic. It's a lot of fun. Um, and then she did there's one that's really hard to find. It's another, it was like a spinoff of Bad Girl. I think something Kyoto Moon. God, I can't remember
hmm,
what it's called. It's a beautiful cover though. I have one. I definitely have one, but I don't know how easy it is to get to. Probably not easy to get to.
okay.
Um, but yeah, that's probably the rarest one that I know of. She also did The Last Witch Hunter with him,
Oh, okay.
which is another hard book to find. And what am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something. But yeah,
He's
we've
great.
definitely, I've known Garrett since he worked at a comic book store in Redding, California.
He he's
He was
really
helping out
funny.
there. Yeah. And yeah, we are enjoying our working relationship with Garrett, and hopefully we'll have some big news soon on that as well. So
Cool. Looking forward
um
to that. He does great stuff.
yeah, he's a lot of fun. He's got a lot
Now,
of energy too.
it looks like you're a collector too. Our
Oh
buddy
yeah,
Jason noticed you got a Frazetta Ghost Rider back there.
I do. Yeah, number one.
Very
Yeah, I
cool.
got, it's a 6-0, I think, on that one. I
Heck
got a
yeah.
9-0 Swamp Thing.
Very
Um,
nice.
yeah,
Got that
definitely
48
collector.
book.
I'm a horror fan as well. Bernie
Yeah.
Wrightson, all-time favorite for sure.
You
Right
got a
Love
on,
Bernie
yeah.
Crisis Men
Wrightson stuff.
Stories 22 there. I could see one of the
Yeah,
best covers of all time.
yeah, yeah,
Very
yeah.
cool
That's, then
stuff.
I got a Jetta next to that, and a Strange Adventures. I
Very
enjoy
cool.
the pulp and the golden age stuff. And
Very cool stuff.
I like foreign comics too. Like, I don't know if you can see, like, this row right here.
Yeah.
Those are all foreign covers. I enjoy the foreign
That's
covers. I
what
think they're fantastic.
I could see that one was a Silver Surfer, and I was going to ask you if
Mhm.
that was a
Yeah,
foreign book.
yeah. Those are called popcorn. They're Japanese, and they're big,
Oh,
Okay.
giant, thick books, and they're reprintings of, the major keys and stuff. And that's Silver
Yeah,
Surfer
yeah,
number one.
yeah.
very
Yeah,
cool.
I love foreign stuff, man.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
here.
same here.
I collect Brazilian horror. It's like my new thing. Like it's a rabbit hole I went down, and it's like it's hard to get out of it when you go down that hole. It's
Yeah, yeah. No, I've been in comics since I was a kid. 10 years old, and started working for a comic book store at 21, I think 22.
wow.
Opened my own comic book store at 23. I had that for a few years. I have a comic book store now too. I have a comic book store called the Comic Pharmacy in Walnut Grove, California.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I'm a collector. I've been a
Shout out.
collector for quite a while.
Oh, here's a Brittle Pageman has one. Not sure if he said he didn't know if he answers, but what are the biggest books in your collection, would you say?
Ooh. I mean, the Crime and Suspense is definitely one of them.
Yeah, that's a big book.
Yeah, it's a big book. I mean, the first Swamp Thing is up there for sure. That one's, obviously big and important to me. I mean, even this, see my finger works here. This book right here, that's a rare Bernie Wrightson cover of the Monsters Comic Price Guide and
I've seen that.
of
Yeah.
Leatherface. Yeah. I
Very
believe
cool.
mine's the only graded one on the census. I got an
Is it really? Very cool.
Yeah, those are tough to get. Those were garage books, those were made in the
Heck
garage.
yeah.
Right.
So,
He's like one of everybody's.
yeah. So I definitely I have a lot of art too. I have original art above my desk here. I got a Ghost Rider, Don Perlman page. I have I have a couple original Bernie Wrightsons. I have one of the
that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I've got the Woody Swamp Thing where he's coming out of the tree. I own that.
Oh, yeah.
Fully painted, yeah. And I have 2 out of the like 5 Ghost Riders he ever did. Like I have a couple of those as well. So but yeah, I collect original art. I'm a Ghost Rider guy, so I mean, you saw the Ghost Riders up there, and there's some statues and stuff up there too. So I love Ghost Rider, and um, I've got the Vengeance Peach Momoko cover that she did. That's
Nice.
fully painted. I own that. So yeah, I've owned a lot of Ghost Rider art in my time for sure.
Very cool. Very cool stuff. It's always we always love it to hear when somebody's one of us and you're down in the depths of nerddom with all the rest of us.
I've been in it forever, man. I've been doing this. I've been doing conventions full time since 2012. I haven't worked for the man since 2012. I've just worked for myself and done conventions, and it's a grind. Don't get me wrong. It's a grind. It's a hustle. But then you get fortunate and you meet Andrew and you meet Sveta and you meet Dan Brereton and Tim Bradstreet and other people that want to help you along your journey. And
Rich and Chanko, you meet Rich and Chanko.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, owning a shop and being so involved in the cons and everything, what do you think of the state of the industry right now, state of comics just in general? What's your impression?
Like I said, it's getting harder to buy them all. Like my saver list, even with the discount, I still get the store discount at where I used to work, and the employee discount, and man, I spend like $200 at least a month on comics. So cover price of comics sucks, but I get it. I think the stuff going on right now with Dork looks fantastic. I don't have a copy. I don't want a copy to collect. I would like to read it. So like I'm excited to get it the second print. I ordered the second print through Economics and Comics.
Good dude.
He always does really well getting me stuff. And so I'm excited to read it. That looks so much fun. I have White Sky, right? Is it called White? Is that what it's called? White Sky, I think.
I know it's the flavor of the month. I didn't get that one.
Yeah.
I
ordered it
to read because it looked interesting. And then
yeah, same here. And so I ordered it, and I believe it's in a box in my living room. I ordered it before it blew up, but I do agree with what a lot of people are saying. I think there's definitely a just frenzy for #1 image books. I mean, I was there for every time this has happened, and we have our Thief of Thieves that went nowhere, and we have God, there's so many comics that came out that we all thought were gonna be the next Walking Dead, right?
Right.
Just didn't happen. So I think we're definitely in that kind of phase right now. But
you gotta turn your volume down, Stevie. Turn your volume down.
So yeah, I think we're in a good place. I think there's a lot of new fun stuff coming out. I think that we're seeing firsthand, of course, but before we started this Kickstarter is bringing a lot of cool stuff to the market. It's like
Oh yeah.
just all the projects that Flops has done before he even got his first book. It's like you start going down those rabbit holes of different creators and what they've done, and you see how much stuff that's come out on Kickstarter and how much cool stuff there is out there too. So I think
Yeah.
we're definitely in a different era where you know artists and writers can kind of take control of their own business. They can go into business for themselves,
Yes.
and that's what I'm really encouraging with a lot of these artists. The artists that I work with, um, is that you don't necessarily have to be with Marvel and DC, to make it. And we have something coming out with one of those, and we've been offered others, and we've actually turned some stuff down because it's just the deals aren't great. It's like they kind of come in and they don't really offer you much, and
Mm.
so it's just unfortunate. And so it's there's just a lot more to do out there, and Sveta especially, she's just so creative. It's like she can build her own world, and it's just like,
That's
and that's
right.
what we're kind of doing.
Yeah,
So
And there's when Garrett was on, one of the things that we discussed was it reminds me of like the 80s punk rock scene where it was like do it yourself. We're just going to put out
mhm.
our own
And he's
tape or
right.
our own thing,
Yeah,
and we don't have to go along and play your games. And I
yeah.
think a lot of creators have found that now with being able to fund their own projects.
And he's a perfect example. I mean, he really is. He's gone out and he's bounced around a little bit with different other independent publishers and stuff, but it's like he's just been doing what he wants to do, which is it's so admirable in my opinion. And it's same with I can say the same for my buddy Mike. At Massive, it's like he he's had success. He's done stuff. He did some DC stuff and whatnot, and but he's just pioneered his own business and pioneered his own publishing company. And it's like I think there's just more and more of that that's going to happen, and I think it's going to continue to happen. And I think there's room for everything. I don't think any of us are trying to push Marvel or DC out or Dark Horse or Image or any of these
Right.
things or Boom. Boom's been fantastic. And there's even those smaller publishers say smaller, but they're still big. But like Boom and Image, I mean, look at the stuff they're putting out. They're putting out just gold right now. It's like the
Better than the
better
big two.
stories. Oh man, just so much. That's just coming out that is so good, and they're not coming from Marvel and DC. Not that I have
We
anything
all
against
feel the
Marvel or
same.
DC, but
Now, uh, our good buddy Stevie, he joined in. So Stevie, retired music teacher who now works. He's working on his own art. He's been developing his own art,
okay.
and he's on the show pretty much every week. Stevie, did you have a question for our new friend Adam?
Oh yes, it I missed the first part of the interview, so I don't know your origin story. But
Sure.
my question is, when you were a young man, like school age, when did you realize that you had the creativity for your craft?
I
To
didn't
write.
as far as writing, I actually didn't attempt that until my early 20s. I was actually probably 20 or 21. I was working at A1 Comics, which is a big store up here in Northern California. And the manager at the time was working on a comic book with an artist that would come into the store. And I really liked the art. I thought the guy was great. His name was Josh Barker. He unfortunately passed recently, but he
Mhm.
had some fantastic art. And the writer, the store manager, ended up getting fired, so he was gone, and Josh was left with nobody to write a story, and he had no story, and he was really excited to go to San Diego that year, and this was 2002, I think, by this time, and I just said, well, I've read a ton of comics, I've read a bunch of stuff, I've been reading my whole life, and I feel like I could put together a story, and so I put together a story that was called Balance at the time, and I enjoyed it. I still like it. It's still something that I still kick around, and I still say that I've been forever working on. And but we did it. We did a full issue. He illustrated the whole thing,
Very
and
cool.
we took it to San Diego, and we shopped it, and we didn't get anything, but we got some some harsh criticism, but that's okay. And we were young, 20 something. Um, but it helped, and then I ended up doing that book again with Mike Calero. He illustrated it once too, but yeah, I think it was just early 20s. It was kind of like it was like I was given a challenge, and he put that challenge out there like, "Hey, would you write me something?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Let's try this." And I put together a story, and I really enjoyed it. He enjoyed illustrating it, and yeah, just kind of just has always been with me since then. So
Very cool.
Okay, I have another question. Has story ideas or anything ever came out of your dreams?
um I can't pinpoint one that has come out of my dreams. You know what has happened though is I've written two stories now. Balance is actually one of them that have come out of just the word. Like I saw the word
Ah,
and like I saw it on a sign. Um you know and another one was a street sign. It was a sign to remind you to put your hazards on. And that's why I'd written a story called Hazards. And I've done that several times actually, where it's just the word inspired me to create a story. That I felt that word would be a good title for the story. I don't know why. I can't explain it. But
It's like
uh,
inspiration falls
yeah,
from the sky.
yeah. Just that's just what I've. It's kind of funny. It's weird that that's the way it's been, but that's the truth. They've come out of just the word. So
yeah. David Lynch talks about this. He talks about when an idea strikes to write it down because
yeah.
it's like you don't know when they're going to come, and they're so valuable. In fact, I just sent this. It was a little video clip. I just sent it to Suspiria this week.
Oh,
It's like for inspiration. When something hits you to write it down and how important that is, and it's exactly how you're describing with these signs.
yeah. Yeah. No, I when I was actively writing and back again now, I have. Let me change the page because this is full of passwords. I have notebooks everywhere. I have so many notebooks that are just all over the house. One by my bed, especially. And it's like you have that idea, you have that dream, or I guess like the answer is yes, but not in like a deep sleep dream where I woke up and like I wrote it down. It's more like a falling asleep. Brain won't shut off, and you kind of go into that sequence. And I'm like, oh, let me get up and
Hmm.
write this down before I forget because I'm not going to remember it as soon as I fall asleep.
Very cool. Our buddy Louis has a question in the chat. He said, "Adam, as a shop owner, how do you decide how many of a book to buy that no one has seen yet? Like Dork."
So I've had two experiences as a shop owner, three actually. So I worked for A1 Comics, which is like I said, it's the largest place out here in Northern California. They have three locations. Brian Peets is the owner, very successful. Very, I've learned everything I know about grading comics and the history of comics from him. Um, and because he's a big store, we had big orders. And so I was there for was I there or no? I was at my store actually right before The Walking Dead. So I think maybe a good example I can say is 300 when 300
Mm,
first came out. Uh, Brian had actually got an advanced copy and he read it and he's like, "Hey, I think this is gonna hit. This is gonna be a good story." And so a lot of it's that. Back then, I'm not sure what it is now. I actually don't have an active like Lunar or Penguin account. I just have a brick and mortar store full of back issues and
mm,
collectible art and stuff like that. So
got
I don't have active accounts, so I don't know what they do as far as do they release, uh, copies ahead of time like they used to. I don't think they do.
mm,
But that was nice. You could read it ahead of time. You could pick that way. That's how we got The Walking Dead. My store was open when The Walking Dead came out, and I was like, man, this is gonna hit. This is beautiful. And so we ordered heavy on that, and that was a nice little bonus, when because I my store actually closed. That store closed when issue 22 came out, and
mm,
so the first 22 issues, I was sitting on boxes of them, and that's around the time the TV show came out. And so I had just all the number ones, the 19, the
yeah, the
Michonne,
14, the
yeah,
14.
just I was able to take that, and it was actually seed money for the comic boards, to do more stuff with that. So, um,
Oh
but
yeah.
like nowadays, honestly, it's these shows. It's Cover Price. It's Brian McClay's show. It's watch and it's Billy over at Economics and Comics. Actually, that's actually a better idea or better example right there. I watch Economics and Comics every week, and
So I
I watch his, what he says, and even if you don't agree with what he says, if you've been in this business long enough and you see a cover like White Sky, you're like, okay, well, that's something, you know.
Right.
I didn't guess right on Dork. I actually, it's funny too because I had it in my cart, just like a lot of people. We had it. I had it in the cart, and it just didn't make the cut at the end.
Mm.
But but yeah, I guess it's just experience. It's experience of knowing the art. Art is a big thing. I mean, the covers are what sell us, right? It's like if you get an udon cover for Street Fighter or Darkstalkers and you see the sex appeal of it, you should order it. Order a few of them because they're gonna sell. If you see a book that looks like White Sky, or it's like, okay, this has that Last of Us feel, this has that Walking Dead feel. Let's take a gamble on it. What does it hurt? It's like, don't go crazy, but definitely order more than you normally would. That's my opinion, anyways, and that's what I used to do. Is I would just go through the previous catalog and start looking at stuff, looking at the creators. People, whoever's on the book, is a big deal as well. Or if somebody hasn't been on a book in a long time, and they suddenly come back, you're like, okay, this is going to be popular. So
I have a store question. So a book comes out, a title comes out, and it has like a dozen or 15 variant covers. How does a store owner handle a situation like that?
Yeah, that's tough. That's really just about name recognition and quality of art, knowing what sells well in your store to your clientele. I guess what I was getting at earlier too is when I worked at A1 Comics, I made a huge mistake with my first business. My first comic store was called Hobby Monkey, and when I worked at A1 Comics, I would order the books, and it's like a good example would be like, okay, I need 25 copies of Amazing Spider-Man because we have the savers, that pick it up. When I started my own store, I was like, okay, well, I know I don't have these savers, but I feel like I'm going to be a popular store. We had a big store, people know me. Instead of ordering 25, I'll order 15.
Mm.
And I did that all the way across the board, with every issue. Okay, if I ordered 10 at A1, I'd order 5 or I'd order 8 or whatever. Well, it turns out as a new store, I only needed 2. It's
Oh.
like nobody was really coming into the new store and nobody was really putting their saver in because they already had savers, comic savers at A1 Comics, so they didn't need to. So I made some big mistakes early on in that retail establishment. I ordered heavy on a lot of things that I shouldn't have, even though I thought I was ordering light. So it's definitely knowing your customers and definitely knowing what they like as far as the multiple covers. That is tough, and I didn't have to deal with that nearly as much as they do now. Back then, we had maybe 1 or 2 variant covers, in the early 2000s. Now there's, like you're saying, 8 or 9 or 10. That would be difficult, and the way I do it, I watch Billy's show. I watch, Beyond Wednesdays. And, when I do my orders, I got my FOC order I got to do tomorrow for economics and comics. And it's just all about feel, right? Just kind of seeing what and watching his video and seeing what he suggests, what he says. And,
Yeah.
But also,
He's got a good finger on the pulse. I mean, so the
he does.
band
Yeah.
records too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All of these shows do, honestly. Like, like McClay said last night, it's you guys and shows like you are the new Wizard magazine. You guys are the people that are cluing people in on what is hot, what is good, who's doing what, and that matters. I mean, that's great. It's you have to watch these shows, honestly. I have a friend of mine who's in the business as well, and he's superior knowledge at original art and stuff like that, but he doesn't keep up on the new books, because he doesn't have that Wizard magazine anymore. He doesn't have that publication, and he just doesn't. He's not tuned into the YouTube, scene. And he asked me just recently, like, how do you know about that book? I said, well, I know about it because of these shows. I watch these shows.
Ordained. I love
Yeah.
Ordained, and I mean,
I haven't read it. I have it.
Oh boy, it's good. And
Yeah.
I like you find out about that through comic book YouTube and that, hey, this has been optioned, Colin Farrell's attached already. But that doesn't impress me that much. But when you hear kind of how different it sounds, I was like, wow, I immediately was interested and bought it. I think both Rich and I liked it, right, Rich?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
I gotta read it. Yeah, I was see. I bought that because it had a full chromium cover, and I just missed those real chromium covers, like the foils. Like even the foils, foils we do. They're not as good as those old school chromium, you know.
They're
Like,
pretty. They're pretty.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, are they, I know you can't tell us details, but like Andrew, Sveta, like when you're planning out projects, with I'm sure you're collaborating with the artists. How far in advance are you planning out the new projects? Like is it something where you have it kind of staggered through, or it's just as ideas present themselves, or how does that work, that planning?
The only wild card right now, in both of our plans right now, Sveta and I are planned out into 2027 already. It's crazy.
Wow,
Like
that's
we already
exciting.
have, yeah, it is, and it was definitely, and that's honestly, it's thanks to you guys. It's thanks to all of you guys. It's thanks to Alex and all these people that have been supporting us. That we have that luxury this year to focus more on doing projects and doing creative things rather than just me out there grinding and her, just cranking out art. And so we, at the beginning of this year, actually early or late last year, we had already mapped out our entire 2026, which is just, it was crazy. And it was such a relief that I was able to cut so many conventions that I just, it's a lot. It's a lot to be out there every month, and on the road and stuff. So I was able to cut a lot of conventions because I need to be here working on the Kickstarter. I need to be here working on the books. I'm the one that is organizing all these artists and all these writers and keeping everybody on track, and it's like it's a full-time job. And I have a tendency to find international talent. And so I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when my day starts, because they're already up and going. And we're just, I always joke with my friend. I was like, it's 8 a.m. and my phone is already half dead. It's like I've gone through a full battery almost. And that's my day. That's what I do, and it's like at night is when I write, and when I work on the Kickstarter is what I'm doing right now is I write all the stuff for Sveta to put in there. And so yeah, as far as planning out, for Sveta, we're planning out for the full year. Andrew does a lot on his own. I mean, and he's, like I said, he's doing his third book right now. So Andrew lets me know when he needs work and when he wants stuff planned out. And so he contacts me and says, "Hey, what are we doing?" Except for like projects like this,
Right.
and he'll say, "Hey, I need some covers." It's like, "Okay, I'll get you some covers." And then the covers for Sveta, I get asked every day, literally every day, from
Wow.
retailers, from publishers, and we're at a point now where we can pick what we want, and pick what fits her schedule, because Sveta doesn't just do comics. This is new to her. This is the new thing. She's already well established artist. She's doing clothing design. She does stuff for rock and roll stars, and
Yeah.
Dita Von Teese, and the um, Vampira estate with Johnny Coffin, and it's like
She
she has
designed the
all these
logo
other.
for Suicide Girls. I just found that
She
out
designed
recently.
she designed the variant. I need to clear that up, because when
Oh,
when
okay.
Garrett was on the show and he mentioned that, I texted him right away. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
No,
you
I
know?
saw it online. I sorry, I
Oh,
buy
no,
things
no,
online. I
no, no,
took
no.
it at face value.
It was I had forgotten. She didn't do the main one. She did do a variant cover, not variant cover, a
Oh.
variant logo that was officially used for like
Oh,
their
okay.
anniversary. And I apparently had shown that to Garrett at a convention in Sacramento, and I just had forgotten. So he was right, but it wasn't the main logo that they've used. It was
Okay.
a anniversary logo.
I was
Um,
shocked to hear that. I went with that on my
yeah,
show. I was like, "Hey, look at this."
yeah, and I had forgotten, and so when I was watching the show, because I was watching it live, I was like, "What is he talking about right now?" It's like, that's not true. And so, but he corrected me, and I had just forgotten. So,
Yeah.
um,
Now,
so
does
no,
she
yeah,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't.
I was
Uh,
just gonna keep rambling.
now, I mean, is it like she this past year and a half, I mean, she got a lot of attention and a lot. I mean, you see the sales, you see how much the stuff goes for on the secondary market.
Yeah.
I mean, was she overwhelmed at all, or just, you know, what was the feedback you were getting from her?
She has just been over the moon. She's been so
Good.
grateful.
That's good.
She can't believe it, and it's both for both her and I. And I don't mean this to sound like I don't know, pompous or anything. It's not about the money. It never has been, and like neither one of us are wealthy or anything, but we're enjoying doing the projects we want to do. We're enjoying letting her use her creativity to kind of direct us, and not just say yes to every single offer that's given to us. Um, we've turned down some big offers, and it's normally because we just don't want to be a part of the particular project. We're having fun doing what we're doing and steering our own ship. Um, like I said, she has so much more that she does. That financially, she'll survive, if suddenly comics went away, and I have enough people that I work with that if suddenly, people no longer like her art or no longer want to, do whatever, it's like
That's not going to
we
happen.
pivot. I hope not, but I hope people are excited about Dreadful 3. I hope people are excited about what's beyond that because we do have a lot planned. We're like I said, we have our entire year planned out, and after the third issue is done, we're going to launch the next Kickstarter. We believe this isn't 100% yet, but the plan is to do issues 2 and 3 together in the next Kickstarter. Because that's again going back to not wanting to have a book out every month. We don't want to have a Kickstarter every month either. We don't have a Kickstarter every other month. It's just we don't want to do that. We don't want to start that kind of pattern. With her fans. And so we're thinking of doing the next one. I believe issues 2 and 3 should be together. And that'll launch in, I believe, end of April, maybe early May. And then that'll be ready for a Comic-Con release. And then we have a publisher, a big name publisher. Nothing is on paper yet, so I can't really say the name, but we have a big name publisher that's ready to collect it and do a trade paperback as soon as it's done.
Awesome.
And then from there, we'll decide if we're going to do floppies, do single issues with them or not, or we're just going to continue this kind of strategy, And then we have the next project, after that. And like I said, we want to pepper in the holiday issues of Dreadful 3 so long as you guys want them, so long as people, want the stories, and we'll keep doing them.
Rich, would you mind bringing up the Dreadful, the thing again, just for people who arrived late, just to make sure everyone is following the Kickstarter. So this, again, if you guys arrived late and you didn't see us show this, go to svedashabina.com and right toward the top, there's a button you can hit and enter your email, and you can follow along. The Kickstarter, is it next Wednesday it starts, you said, yes. Adam? Yeah. So on Beyond Wednesdays, you want to watch Beyond Wednesdays next Wednesday. Adam's going to be on. He's going to have some announcements for you guys. But if you're following along, svedashabina.com, hit the button, put your email address in, and it'll give you the updates on the Kickstarter for Dreadful 3, which a lot of our friends working on, and kind of the brainchild of the great Sveta Shabina. That I think this is going to be really cool, guys.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun.
It's so badass.
And yeah, definitely follow the link now. Like I said, we have an early bird, and it's only 24 hours. So the first 24 hours of the launch is gonna have an early bird special, and then there's also a very limited to 13 big bundle that we're gonna have on there as well. And that's for the
big hint people that just dropped.
Yeah, and yeah. So definitely be there first, because there's definitely going to be a couple things that are going to be hard to get. Our early bird special, I'll put it this way: early bird special is going to run the first 24 hours, and however many of those books are ordered is the print run. So that'll be it. So once they're gone, and you guys will set the print run on those. So.
Guys, make sure you get your email address entered. This is going to be a big one, and all bunch of our buddies. Not only Adam wrote a story on this, the great Sveta Shabina, who's done art. Andrew Tarasoff wrote and illustrated a story, Kiss on it. Flops is on it. Just a lot of really Big Clutch wrote a story. A lot of really cool stuff, and a lot of friends of the channel are on this. So everybody, please make sure you're following along and support this one.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So we had another question. I don't know if how you know about this, what you know about this one, but do the 1 in 100 variants hurt sales, or who's going to know if 99 of a book will sell to 100? You have a thought on that?
Once you get past 50, I think that's really reserved for the stores that can move that kind of quantity of product. I think a lot of the people that started the online retailer stores and the whatnot shows and stuff like that, I think a lot of those guys get burned on those. Just from people that I know, where they put in that money to get the 1 in 100. Let's say the 1 in 100 Peach Momoko or whatever, and it doesn't cover the cost of those 100 books that they paid for.
Yeah.
I think early on that did. I think early on people were so hyped about this new strategy to have these super rare, ultra limited books that the companies could definitely sell through. But I think it just, I don't know, man. I think that's reserved for the big boys. I think that's reserved for the midtown, the comics elite, the people that are, putting out just massive quantities of books. And for them, I think they're probably doing just fine. Because even if they sell half of that 100, if they sell 50 copies, and then they sell that 1 in 100 for however much money that is, then they're going to be doing fine. I think it's hard for the collectors. It's like when you see something that you're just like, man, I really wish I could get that. And if you just really appreciate the art, and that's that kind of goes back to what we're, especially with Sveta, that we do, is we get a lot of people that have tried to do that have tried to ask us to do a extremely limited comic and only sell it on Whatnot, and we don't want anything to do with that. We don't want to limit her fans from being able to get these books. Yes, we have some exclusive, hard to get books, and like the remarks and stuff are limited to 13, but that's original art. That's real art.
That's right.
The print runs of a book, we hope to never do anything super crazy other than maybe a metal cover, metal or a high end foil. And again, our number's 13, so at least there'll be 13 of them out there, and not just one. So I think I don't know, it just depends. I hate when, like, I think the good example right now was the Fantastic Four with the new Invincible Woman, right? The really wicked, crazy, creepy art.
Yeah, Malice, is it, or
I can't remember who did it. Yeah, but just fantastic, creepy art, right? And it's like, to get that book, it's like hundreds of dollars, and it's like, man, just make it easier to get that art somehow, And I guess there's a trade dress of one of them, which is great, but yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, I guess.
What other conventions do you have coming up?
I can tell you. So I've got the big one. First big one of the year is MegaCon, and then after MegaCon is Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas is a good example of how we don't just do comic book conventions. It's a rockabilly show. It's a vintage
that'd be fun.
car show, rockabilly show, yeah. And a lot of Sveta's art. When you go to SvetaShvini.com, you just look through her art, not her comics. You'll see that a lot of that lends well to that crowd, that pinup, classic pinup style. So we do Viva Las Vegas, which is, man, it's a super fun show. It's a grind. It's a grind for me. The hours are so long. It's a 4-day show, and it's like 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. And I'm like there by myself for 4 days. Just like, it's rough, but it's fun. It's a good show. After that, we have Comic-Con Oakland. Oakland's getting a Comic-Con again, and it's being put on by the same guy that started Lightbox in Pasadena, which is a great art show. So it should be good. I'm not a huge fan of Oakland, but it got a good team behind it. So I'm gonna give it a try. And then Monsterpalooza. Monsterpalooza is at the end of May. Monsterpalooza is my favorite show. I can never say enough about it. It's just,
that sounds like a blast.
It is so good. It's the type of show where you go, and if you're there on a Saturday, you see like Guillermo del Toro or
man,
can't, I'm forgetting names, but he lets the actors and the directors and stuff in before the crowds get there so they can shop, and there's just so much cool, not just say Hollywood, but just cool Hollywood, right? These people that we love that create these stories and stuff. They come in and they're shopping like anybody else, and
That's awesome.
it's just a great show, and the vibe of the show, the vibe of the crowd is so much different. It's like everyone there is nice, and it's just like it's just really cool. So, but yeah, the big shows. I have a couple smaller shows in the area here. Sinister Creature Con is a Sacramento horror show. Stockton Con, then Midsummer Scream is the next big horror show. That's in August. And then before August, we're obviously at San Diego. So I have something every month from here on out.
Very cool. I mean, I know you're saying it was a grind, but very cool.
I used to do 3 shows a month, if not 4. So,
oh my God.
Wow.
To just do 1 a month is bliss. I can handle that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Just to echo, someone said, Louis said, yeah, thanks, Adam, for hanging in there for 90 minutes. I know we stretched beyond what we originally said, but I was watching for a hand signal for
like I said, I'm doing okay. So I kind of thought this would happen, it's like engage the brain, right? And you forget about your body and what's happening to it. So no, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got through the Rich or Stevie, do you have any more questions for Adam before we've gone way beyond what we promised, but we were having a great time, and I kept watching for you to go like this.
I'm okay. I got my water. That's all I've had in me today is water. I have nothing else inside me. So.
Well, it was very interesting to listen to you describe things, and I enjoyed the interview.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm happy. I was happy that you guys had me for sure. Sveta, like I didn't know that you and Sveta had talked earlier today. That's great. It's fantastic. I always love hearing when people tell me, "Oh yeah, she answered."
Oh, Adam, he called me like a little schoolgirl. He had to make sure he told me.
It was not
it was great. I loved it.
That's good.
That's the last time I shared news with Rich.
I'm glad.
No, I wanted to say, I was like, hey, Sveta reached out. She watched our show. Because she watched three full episodes, which I was like really, and saying that, and very complimentary, saying how much she liked it, and it was great to hear. Like it's one of the best parts about doing this is. In fact, what I told her is, and one of the things I think was unanticipated is how many friends we made. Like, it's not only we're getting to know people and getting to talk to people in industry and creators and things, but like how many people I talk to all the time now, like where it's like everybody is just so cool and fun and funny, and and when you have a more of a long form discussion like this, you really get to know people, and you get to kind of feel the way that people are, and we make good friends this way, and we count you among them now.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, for sure, you guys do, and it's same on this end. It's like since we started with all the stuff with Sveta and Andrew, it's like to have people come up to the at the convention to the booth, right away. People just sought us out on Wednesday night at San Diego, just beeline to my booth, and it was a little overwhelming, at first, but now it's like you get cover price Matt and everybody just texting you about just random things, and of course all the Beyond Wednesday guys, and yeah, it's brought us into that community, the community that the YouTube has built, and that has just connected more and more stores, that are out there together. So it's great.
Yeah, it's fun to hear when people like what you're doing, like that, you have, we're planning this out, and, you getting guests, and we've really tried to improve our interviews and things. And when somebody says they like it does feel good. So that
No, I actually didn't know about your show until you reached out to me, and I kind of vetted you a little bit with Brian, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, 100%," and he's like, "The good guys," and so, no, I've enjoyed watching. I watched Sveta, or not Sveta. I watched Suspiria, and and Garrett and Andrew, of course. And Andrew, you'd reached out to Andrew, before I even knew that he was doing a show, and he's like, "Hey, I'm doing a show." I think that's actually when I vetted you, is when Andrew said, "Hey, I'm doing a show. Who are these guys?" type thing. And I was like, "I don't know. Let me find out." So
yeah. Luckily, we're not jerks.
right? No, it's fantastic. Yeah.
But thank you very much for doing this, Adam. You were a trooper. You stuck to it. I know we drug you through, longer than I said, but I think we were having a lot of fun and had a lot of great questions and again, anytime, if you need anything promoted, you want to jump on, say you guys like to jump on for 5 minutes just to promote some, or if you want to just send us something to promote, anytime, you're welcome.
I need to better set up my camera situation here, because when you guys had Garrett on and Suspiria, and you invite the guests on, both times I wanted to jump on, but I didn't have this all set up yet, to where I could do it easily and do it on time. So,
well, every time, anytime we do the guest thing, anytime, that's why we do it. It's because if somebody's watching, they want to jump on it, particularly like if you had news where it's like, "Hey guys, I got a hot one here for you." Anytime, we're always always welcome.
Always,
I
man.
appreciate it, guys. I really do.
So, everybody, thank you very much to Adam Kelleberg. Make sure you're following Comics Boards Inc. on Instagram, and you're following the great Sveta Shabina on Instagram, and our good friend
Andrew Terezov.
I was about to say Adam again. I keep Adam and Andrew. I was about to say Adam. That's not right. But make sure you're following everybody. And
next Wednesday on Beyond Wednesday.
Right. Next Wednesday on Beyond Wednesdays. Make sure you're watching Beyond Wednesdays. Adam's going to be on. You're going to really want to make sure you're there, because there's going to be news on the Kickstarter. Go to Sveta's site, svetashabina.com, enter your email on the button, and it'll keep you updated on the Kickstarter coming out next Wednesday.
Yep.
Thanks to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Thanks to Adam. Thanks to Stevie for coming on.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I guess we'll wrap it up, and we'll see you guys next week.
Wait. Maybe let's just promote the show. I forgot.
Yep.
Forgot.
Go ahead.
Yeah, guys. So next week we have, and I just had it. We have Livio Ramondelli on. If you guys are not familiar with Livio was an artist on Transformers. He was an artist on Robotech. He also wrote and did the art on The Kill Lock. If you haven't watched read The Kill Lock, it's so good, and it's really interesting. And like if you never thought there could be like a truly evil robot, it's like one of the robots is diabolically evil, and it's we're going to get into that, and not only into his artwork, but Kill Lock's been optioned as well. I think it's going to be a cartoon, and it's really an interesting story, and we'll be getting into that next week. And then the week after, we are going to have James from the Shawshank collection on. James, big Golden Age collector. He's got a lot of huge Golden Age books he's going to show us. That's going to be fun. And on the 14th of March, the great Michelle Diaz. Michelle Diaz is a newer artist. She works in pencils and graphite and charcoal. Really good stuff. She kind of reminds me of Carla Cohen. Like if you guys like Carla Cohen, she's very similar. And then the week after that, on the 21st, we're going to do our next roundtable. We're going to do a roundtable on conserved and restored comics. We're going to have the great Jason, Archivist Adrift, our buddy Alan, Comic Collector Geek. We're going to have Dr. Paul, who literally wrote the book on conserving comics. And I thought I had it all memorized. Phantom Restoration, Phil from Phantom Restoration, who if you know about Phil, like when people are sending, like if you're sending off like an Action 1 and you need someone to do some conservation work, that's the guy people are using it. So like the big names in restoring and conserving comics we're going to have all of them on, and we're going to talk about this and try to break some taboos on purple labels and gray bars. We want people to understand that some of these comics are really, really cool. That's what's going on.
Cool.
Sounds good.
But with that, we're going to say farewell and good night, and we'll see everybody next week.
Thanks, guys.
It's a live show. It's a live show. Oh no, just wait, cause it's not just a live show, it's the live show. Yo, it's a live show. It's a live show.